Thank you, Kim. Many Texans who rely on SNAP benefits have been declined assistance. As Chantel Belafonte reports, it's because of something called the Vehicle Asset Test. And Chantel, it has a lot of people turning to food banks for help.
This law for Texans was put in place over 2 decades ago. SNAP benefits recipients who own a vehicle have the limits on what they can receive. The issue is with inflation. Car values have increased, but the vehicle asset test currently limits the value of the first vehicle to worth $15,000. If vehicles are worth more than that limit value, beneficiaries are denied benefits.
And it's affected over 400 families in Wichita Falls and our surrounding 12 counties.
SNAP eligibility is based on income and family size. For Texans looking to receive government assistance for food, they have to pass the vehicle asset test. More than 2 decades later, recipients whose vehicle value has increased due to inflation are being turned down for benefits they once received. Those recipients are now turning to food banks for immediate help.
If a family in 2019 had a $13,000 vehicle, we all know what's happened because of inflation with used car prices. That price of that vehicle now is over $15,000, which means just because of inflation, they did not receive or were not eligible to receive SNAP benefits.
CEO Celia Cole of Feeding Texas says the vehicle asset test was a choice made by Texas to be placed on SNAP benefits.
During the pandemic, when the value of used cars just skyrocketed, is that when people would go in to renew their benefits and who had been approved, suddenly they were losing benefits. They've done nothing different, but their car value has simply gone up.
Here are the numbers for the vehicle asset test, which beneficiaries must qualify for to receive SNAP. $15,000 for the first vehicle and $4,650 for any additional vehicle that a family owns. These limits have not been updated since 2001 for the primary car and 1974 for additional cars.
It doesn't make sense, and it should have been adjusted many, many years ago. It just increases the demand for those families on our services, which means we have to raise more money to bring in more food to be able to impact more families.
And so I think there's some, there's urgency right now to updating the vehicle asset limits because people who were previously approved are now getting denied and they're not doing anything different.
Cole says if lawmakers aren't heard during the legislative session and something isn't corrected, there's a fear that will creep up on food pantries.
What we're concerned about is that people who are losing their SNAP assistance because of their car value, they're going to end up in our lines at our pantries at a time when we are really struggling to get enough food out into the communities to meet that need.
By adjusting these values to inflation, it will benefit so many more people and provide so much more food for.
If lawmakers decide to increase the value of the vehicle asset test during the legislative session, SNAP beneficiaries most likely won't see a change in their benefit decision until September. Chantel Belafonte, News Channel 6.